Sheikh Gumi is very furious right now. Governor Fintiri just freed a man from death row, and Gumi is calling it double standards. Here's what's really happening. Yesterday, December 23rd, Adamawa State Governor Fintiri pardoned Sunday Jackson. Jackson spent 10 years in prison, 4 of them on death row for killing a Fulani herdsman. But this isn't just about another pardon story. This one has Sheikh Gumi angry, America involved, and Nigeria's sovereignty being questioned. Let me take you back to 2015. Sunday Jackson is a farmer in Kodomti village, Temsa local government, Adamawa state. He's working his farms when Fulani herdsman Boba Hardo Bawuru brings cattle into his crops. Jackson chases the cows away. Bawuru gets angry and attacks him with a dagger. He stabs Jackson 3 times. Jackson, bleeding and fighting for his life, wrestles the dagger away and kills Bawuru in self-defense. Self-defense on his own farm after being stabbed 3 times. But in 2021, an Adamawa High Court sentenced Jackson to death by hanging, and even the Court of Appeal upheld it in 2022. The Supreme Court said Jackson should have run away. Even while bleeding from 3 stab wounds, they said he should have run. For 10 years, Jackson sat in Kuje prison. His family begged for mercy, human rights groups protested, youth organizations in Adamawa demanded justice. Nothing changed. The pressure built. American surveillance planes were flying over Nigeria daily. The US government was watching. Trump was watching. Then suddenly, the victim's family forgave Jackson. They petitioned Fintiri for his release. The royal father brokered peace between the families. December 23rd, Fintiri grants Jackson a Christmas pardon. Jackson walks out of Kuje prison after 10 years. Really Moore immediately claimed victory, saying the US was watching and suddenly Jackson is free. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi is reportedly furious about his pardon, and when you understand his perspective, you would see why. Then in November, President Donald Trump started threatening Nigeria. Trump said America might enter Nigeria guns blazing to stop Christian persecution. US Congressman Really Moore picked up Jackson's case. He went on international media demanding Jackson's release, calling it religious persecution when a Christian farmer gets death for self-defense, while Fulani herdsmen walk free. Gumi has spent years advocating for bandits and herdsmen. He has called for amnesty. He has pushed for dialogue with kidnappers. He has argued that Fulani herdsmen are marginalized victims fighting for survival. But every time Gumi pushes for these amnesties, the government resists. They say no to blanket pardons for bandits. They say criminals must face justice. Yet, the moment America applies pressure, Nigeria pardons a man convicted of killing a herdsman. From Gumi's view, this is like massive double standards. It says if you have American backing, you get freed. But if you are a Fulani herder or bandit, even if you show remorse, you rot in prison. Fulani herdsmen and also group of Fulanis are also not happy. They saw Jackson's death sentence as justice for their brother Bauru. Now they are asking why he was freed. And there is a bigger question many Nigerians are uncomfortable asking. Did America just dictate our justice? Did we free Jackson because it was right or because Trump demanded it? Northern groups and elders are saying this disrupts the entire narrative around banditry and amnesty. If international pressure can free one convict, what about others? But there is what everyone is missing in this debate. Sunday Jackson should have never been on death row in the first place. A man who was stabbed 3 times, defended his own farm, had every right to protect his life. Now ask yourself this question. How many other Nigerians are in prison right now for defending themselves? How many farmers are serving time for protecting their land? How many people will die in prison because they don't have really more tweeting about them? Jackson is free today, and that's good. But the system that nearly hanged him hasn't changed one bit. Gumi sees the hypocrisy, and he's not completely wrong. If we review cases because of external pressure, where do we draw the line? Why does American backing matter more than local advocacy? At the same time, Christians in Adamawa are celebrating in the streets. Jackson family finally has their father back. A man who spent or lost 10 years of his life is finally home. Both things can be true. Jackson deserved freedom, and Nigeria's sovereignty was compromised. This case shows everything wrong with Nigeria's justice system. It shows how religious and ethnic tensions affect our courts. It shows how power and international backing can change outcomes. Sheikh Gumi is angry because he's watching someone get preferential treatment while people he advocates for get ignored. Fulani groups feel betrayed, Christians feel vindicated, and Nigeria is caught in the middle wondering who really runs this country. The farmer herdsman conflict continues. The justice system remains broken, and yesterday's pardon didn't fix anything. It just exposed how things really work. So here's my question for you. Was Fintiri right to pardon Jackson? Is this justice or politics? Does Sheikh Gumi have a point about double standards? And should America have this much influence over Nigerian decisions? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. I want to hear from both sides. If this breakdown opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe to Raw Niger News for daily stories that matter. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. This is Raw Niger News. Stay informed, stay woke.